Hey guys, it's Beej. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, welcome. Hi. Hi. Hey. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Hi. New channel, new place, new space, new me. I'm Beej. We are going to become acquainted. Yes, we are. We're going to become friends. I hope you know. I'm thinking seriously about doing videos on Wednesdays and Fridays. So Wednesdays will be normal videos, vlogs, whatever else. And then Fridays will be New Music Friday videos. But yeah. Also, if you have not already, like and subscribe down below. Hit that bell notification icon and give it a good tap. And help me out and join the club. So, let's get into the video. So, first thing I wanted to start off with is talking about the DJI Osmo Mobile 3. This is not sponsored, but I did want to shout them out. This is something that I just bought. I've been wanting it for a while. It's a smart gimbal for any smartphone, basically. I use it with my iPhone 11 Pro Max, and basically, you put it in there, it allows to work as a stabilizer, but it also has some really cool features as well too. And it was something that I knew that I wanted to use for vlogging and to get some really cool shots and B-roll to make videos in the future. And it's currently what I'm using now actually to use as a tripod for my phone. But this is all I have for right now. I'm hoping to get like the bigger like box lights and stuff. And like I said in my last video, I will leave a link down below for my Amazon wishlist if anybody does feel so inclined and they want to help out and help me get the lights and a better microphone and some other things for the channel. That would be amazing and greatly appreciated. Obviously no pressure, but it would really help me get my footing and to kind of just grow the space. So for today's video, being that I'm like trying to like restart everything and kind of do things as new, I thought it would be fun if we did a kind of get to know me video. So like, hi, welcome, and kind of giving you a little bit of a peek as to who I am, what I like, where I come from, background wise, how things are, and then that way we're fully acquainted. You know me, we can chat. Also, at the end of every video, I'm gonna do a little segment. I call it What's Poppin'. Look for it, it'll be in this video, and hopefully I will remember to put it in all the other ones and just add it as a little fun thing at the end. All right, so I was born in Germantown, Maryland, and I spent all of my time through about a year and a half of college in Maryland, actually. So I spent about a year and a half at Montgomery College, and then I transferred to Salisbury, Maryland, a smaller school in Southern Maryland, and I was there for about a year and a half. And then I did this thing called the Disney College Program. And it's a death trap for joy, but also at the same time, it's like, hey, are you ready to just like commit your life to something that you don't know you're gonna commit your life to? Because you're gonna end up like actually just deciding that this is all you ever wanna do for the rest of your life. And it's really hard to get yourself sucked out. So you just keep doing it, and then you keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going, and then you're still working for Disney, and then you're like 100, and you get to go to the park as many times as you want because you have a castle that they gave you because you've been... Yeah, so I did the college program in 2017. It was for the fall, and I ended up meeting some of the greatest people. Like, I made some best friends, and things were great. And then I ended up going back home, actually, after my program ended for one more semester at Salisbury. And I was like, I can't not be in Florida. I have to move to Florida, and I have to continue pursuing my career with Disney, and like I can finish school there. So I figured out everything I needed to do, and I transferred to come to live in Florida. And I actually got accepted for a summer alumni program with Disney, and I decided to extend my program into a part-time position. So the thing that works with Disney is like when you're already in your college program, you can do something called Transfer Genie, and you can hope to get a part-time or a full-time position. Now, Transfer Genie is very picky, and the puzzles have to all align, and for me, it didn't, unfortunately. So I spent a couple weeks where I didn't have a job, but then I went and I just applied regularly to Disney, and I got hired. And this was going to be for the best. I worked with some of the greatest people over the summer when I worked in Hollywood Studios in the Theater District area, which is towards the back where Star Tours is, and that was like really, really cool, and I met some really great people. But unfortunately, a lot of them were just doing their program, so they had to leave. So I was really, really fortunate to be able to actually get Hollywood Studios again when I got my part-time position, and I have actually been part-time in Animation Courtyard in Hollywood Studios since then. It's been really, really, really great, and it's such a fun area, and I have met some of my best friends in the entire world in that location, and I still am as infatuated with my friends from my area as I was then and still am now. So it's been really, really great. But in the process of doing this, when I moved here for my summer alum, I moved into a house with one of my really, really close friends from my first college program. And things were okay. It wasn't necessarily like the best living environment. And so we kind of decided that we're kind of done with it and we wanted to like get out. Rent was like really good. So like I was happy with it, but we really wanted to just like get out and like go and do something different somewhere else. And his parents decided that they were going to be moving to Florida. So they ended up getting their own place and they were not going to be living there for a couple months. So I was like, totally, let's do it. So we moved into this house that his parents had basically bought, and we were just living there, basically paying the mortgage, kind of, I guess you could say. It was a little bit more expensive than the house, but we had it to ourselves, and like we had a pool and everything was really nice, and it was okay from the beginning. And then it kind of started to go south, and so it was a lot on my mental health. And in college, back home, and then also like at that time too, I was really, really struggling with like not so good depression, and just like was in a very bad place mentally, and like it was a really scary time, honestly, for me. And so I decided I really just needed to get out of there. So one of the girls that I worked with during my summer alumni program, and then one of the girls that I was working with currently, were already like, I had gotten them to meet each other so that we could be roommates, or that they could like look for a place. And so then I ended up being like, okay, well, why don't I look with you guys now that I'm trying to like get out of this house? So we ended up finding an apartment together. It ended up being a lot more expensive than where I was living in the house, and I thought it was going to be a great idea. I was super duper excited about this apartment. I'm going to let you in on a secret. Don't live with your friends. That's not always the case, but it's really, really difficult when you go into a living environment and you already know the person, and there's all these set expectations as to how things are going to go, and like you treat your living environment as how it was when you're friends, and that just doesn't work, because you have to have a different dynamic and a different like mindset when it comes to how you're doing things when you live with a person versus just being friends with them and you see them even often or all the time, or they come over. So we ended up kind of just like really, really, really getting into a place where they ended up like having such problems with me, and I wasn't really doing anything in a bad way. I was being called a space keeper, and they had a problem with the fact that like I was paying my rent but I was never home and I wanted to go do stuff, and I'm like, sue me for wanting to hang out with my friends, you know? And like it was just a whole lot. So around the time that like this was all boiling over, I actually met Nick, my current boyfriend, and we were really, really hitting it off, and it was super great. And I was at a very, very dark place and was dealing with like feeling very broken. And so he was there to kind of just like show me that everything is going to be okay and everything could be better. And so that was kind of the start of like real, real positivity. So shortly afterwards, I ended up having to find 2 new roommates to move into the apartment to fill their space, because they literally just told me within a week, like, hey, we're leaving. We don't want to live here anymore. So I found 2 new roommates, and it's really unfortunate because they ended up being like such great people. But I had already got myself so far in the mindset that like Nick and I were going to move in together that I didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't want to like stay in that apartment. And so I ended up deciding like, hey, I'm going to move in with Nick. And this all came from the fact of like getting to come over to his apartment a lot, and like getting to meet his roommates, and like getting to go and do some really, really, really cool experiences. Like I had never been to a music festival before. I had never gone to any shows or like per se raves or anything like that. Like hadn't done it. Like it was like foreign to me, but I'd always heard of it and like thought it was really cool, but I'd never gotten to go. And it wasn't until like a month or so into our relationship that like he ended up asking me if I wanted to like go to this camping festival called Bonnaroo with him and his roommates, that like I really knew that like he thought like there could be something serious for our relationship, because that was like months out. It was like a 4-day thing, 9.5-hour drive each way. Like that's a commitment to like make with a person. And so that's when I knew that like I really wanted something serious. So it was shortly after Bonnaroo that I ended up actually like sorting everything out to move in here, and the rest is history, honestly. Like my roommates are basically family at this point. I love them to death, and things have been really good. So yeah, so that makes me now. I am like I said in my last video, I am a half Persian, brown, gay kid, just living my life, 23 years old, in Florida, trying to just to do it, to have fun. My passions are music, like heavily like music. I don't know where I would be without music. And also just movies as well too. That was something that I did a lot with school, and also production, which is why YouTube is a platform that I really wanted to kind of conquer and try to like tackle and work with it and see how things go with that. Alrighty guys, so it's time for What's Poppin'. So we're going to talk about a couple of the things that I am going to grab from the jar, precisely 3. And these are all things that are happening currently this week, or have been announced this week, or just have to do with pop culture in general. Some things that I found exciting, fascinating, and cool. So let's dive into it. Alrighty. So Katy Perry is releasing her new single Daisies on May 15th. Now, she's still marketing this single as her own, but when she posted the announcement for the single, Taylor Swift also posted a picture of herself and a sweater that had daisies on it. Now, this could mean that Taylor's just supporting Katy now that their long drawn out feud is over, or it could mean that it's a surprise that Taylor Swift is on the track. I'm hoping for the second thing to happen, because it'd be really cool if they collaborated together, especially after all the time that they spent beefing, which was just a lot, you know, a lot. And I'm really glad that they were able to work that out, and They Need to Calm Down music video, super cute. Haley Steinfeld's EP just came out, so that's technically tail end of last week, but I didn't do one of these last week, so here we are. And I have a hunch, and so do a lot of people, that is about Niall Horan, because it's a very much of a heartbreak EP. She is destroyed, crushed. I don't know what the hell Niall did. I know there was cheating rumors, but I don't know what happened, but he literally destroyed her, but also then showed her self-worth. So like, power to you, girl. I still like Niall until I know what goes on. Innocent until proven guilty for me. But I stand my girl Haley Steinfeld, have always loved her since Pitch Perfect. Her music career has been great too, so you know, I like, we have to stand. Like, I don't get it. So Ari and Justin released a song also tail end of last week on Friday. Now the tea here is they announced that song on May 1st, I believe. Now that was 6 years in the future from the day that there was a picture posted on Justin's Instagram of him and Ari in the studio, and everybody thought they were going to release a song, and they never did. So they decided 6 years later to release a song. Now this is where it gets fishy. Scooter Braun, the snake of all snakes. Now this is where the lines are divided, because I stan a lot of the artists that Scooter reps and all that. So he's got Demi Lovato, he's got Tori Kelly, he's got Ariana Grande, he's got Justin Bieber, and he used to have Taylor Swift. Now everybody knows about all the beef with her and her music being still owned, like they own her masters. So starting in November this year, she actually gets to go ahead and re-record all of her music. And she's been battling with them, and they've claimed, oh, we don't take your music, we haven't done anything like that. But honestly, it's BS, and she has plenty of proof towards it. So like, I don't necessarily like him, but I like all these artists, and I'm not asking all of them to be best friends, but it is nice that they all coexist. But he decided to have the release for this song for Ari and Justin to be on the same day that Taylor Swift had said she was going to make an announcement for something new. Now the song came out, and I feel like it completely overshadowed the fact that she announced that she was going to be releasing a live taping of her London performance of Lover, and that's the only time she's ever done a full taping of that album live before, so she's never done that. And so she was gonna make an announcement, and then of course he decides to release a song the same day. Like, come on, there's no freaking coincidence. Like, get over yourself. We are actually gonna finish this off with a fourth and final one. Newsflash, we still don't understand how to pronounce Elon Musk and Grimes' baby's name. So if anybody knows, please let me know in the comment section down below, because I'm still for loss. I feel bad for the child. She's gonna grow up, and I don't know what she's gonna face, but it ain't gonna be pretty. So God bless, girl, you got it. But yeah, as always guys, thanks for sticking with it. Thanks for tuning in for another video, and I will see you next Wednesday. Peace.